mission. Blessed him with wisdom and vision. Locked out at heaven's division. Earth's ordinary man's prison. Born to sin with a face big chin, bottle of gin in possession. Takes a lick and keeps on ticking. He is a man on a mission.
Hey Google, pause. Hey Google, turn your volume to 50%. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Sullivan Project podcast. I'm your host, Harold Sullivan. That's the new theme by the SPP band. Man on a Mission, it's called. It's kind of a little bit about my life. Stuff I've been going through since I lost my sight a few years ago. Just trying to do it right now. You know what I mean? You always got this 1 second. That's all you got. It's like now. We live and die in the blink of an eye. So if y'all haven't tuned in before, you can check out previous episodes on YouTube and TikTok, Harold Sullivan 78, and then Harold Sullivan period 35 Facebook. You can email HS1978. That's HS, like as in Harold Sullivan, 1978-2015 at outlook.com. And you can call the show 724-513-1472. If you want to leave comments, rate, share, friend request, accept, like, whatever, all that good stuff. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. There's nothing for sale here. It's a place where you can come and talk about anything. Paranormal, spiritual, supernatural, metaphysical, and then just sports, entertainment, life, problems, food, your pets, whatever. Just no judgment. We do audio and video, so you can just do audio or just if you just want to get something out. Catfish stories, anything. We're going to talk more about Arnold today, and then we got Dan coming up. So he hasn't been on for a while. I'm going to update there. We're going to do a good talk though. So we got more Arnold movies. I did a podcast recently about Arnold Schwarzenegger films, and then they just start coming to my mind. I was like, wow, there's so many. Oh, before that, a fun fact, weird fact. Sweeping originally came from, like, sweeping with a broom was to get energy and negative and stuff like that, spirits out of the house. So there was always a broom at the back area, I guess. Houses are actually made with doors and windows and everything set up. They call it feng shui and different things. Things should be aiming a certain direction and all these other things. It's pretty complex. But there's people that get paid good money to go do this. Decorate houses, make sure the steps are in the right place, something ain't covered, it shouldn't be covered. Windows, got to be just. But back originally, brooms were just made to, like, sweep energy out the back. You just open the back door and just, like, sweep, clear out the negativity. And then they became, sweeping dust and dirt and things like that. But original brooms were just made for energy. Also, I wanted to mention John Saxon, who played Nancy's dad in Nightmare on Elm Street. He was also in a Bruce Lee movie years ago. I just reviewed a Bruce Lee book called Bruce Lee the Life recently. So check that out on the podcast if y'all would like. But yeah, John Saxon back then was in a Bruce Lee movie. I forgot to mention that. I met him at a convention right before the remake came out, and I got his autograph. He was one of the only Elm Street people that I met. But we've had a few on the podcast. We got celebrity cameos on here, so go check them out. Again, on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and let's see what else we got here. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, sweep under Dream Flame Celebrity Deathmatch Oracle cards, John Saxon drawing lesson. Second,
hey Google, stop. And this is how I take notes, and I've been writing songs and listening to. I just started the 18th time through the audio Bible now, and a little under 40 months since I lost my sight. So God bless. Whatever you believe in, just believe in something or believe in you. If you don't believe in anything, that's sad. We're not just here. That's sad too to just think that. And most of us do think that. My thing is I've always wanted more and always knew there was more and I always thought it was something else and this just wasn't it. And now I know. So I see I see by faith now, not by sight. If you can get that. Also, I want to mention some dreams I've had recently. A couple days ago, this was so just different. I dreamt of a flame, and it was like on a candle, but there was no candle, and it was just it was different. Is all I can explain. And it was like almost 3D-ish. It just stood out. I've had other dreams like that before, like a giant tree and like a courtyard with people in robes, like maybe back in Jesus times. I don't know. But all this has happened since I lost my sight. One was a giant black hole against a dark background, like maybe a blue sky or space, and it had all these stairs coming down and all these people with robes walking down. Like these are just images that have been coming into my head. Like, while I'm awake a lot of the times. So, uh, Dream Flame. Oh, Celebrity Deathmatch is a new. It's a TV show. It used to be on MTV with claymation, but it's a new skit or a new segment I want to do, where I've always had this idea where we'll come up with our own, and who would win and why. And for instance, Nicolas Cage and what's the dude? Jeff Goldblum. Okay, I always thought of that just because their personalities. They're both kind of somber, and them talking crap back and forth would be funny. Nowadays, they'd probably do something like Miley and Katy Perry, Miley Cyrus. Uh, what about Jesse Jackson, um, Carl Weathers, and Billy D. Williams are triple threat. They all look similar and have similar acting skills and personality. So they just think of this as a fun game, a celebrity death match. And it can't just be anybody. It has to be a gimmick to it. Like they have to really dislike each other, you know, like Tupac and Suge Knight or something. They probably already done a Tupac in the past because when that show was on, they did everybody. Howard Stern. I don't know if they might even have did Eminem, but that's a new funny little skit there. And then we got. I'm thinking of presidents, best movie presidents, or just movie presidents. Period. And I'm going to name a few. I don't want to name them all, but I came up with like 9 off the top of my head right away, which I'm surprised when I think of these things. But of course, Morgan Freeman, I think he was the first black president in the movie, first black president, period. And Jamie Foxx, and then you got Bill Pullman in Independence Day, and you got Donald Pleasance, you got Harrison Ford. I mean, these are all good actors that play president. And now we're going to get to, let me make sure here. Hey, Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you
We're
told
going to
me.
talk about Arnold.
First, sweep under Dream Flame Celebrity Deathmatch Oracle cards. John Saxon drawing lesson. Second, Commando Red Sonja Red Dawn.
Hey,
Third,
Google,
Eraser
stop. So we're going to do drawing lessons here in the future. I used to draw and Oracle cards. I'm going with more Oracle cards instead of Tarot, which I used to do, but uh, it's hard. There's so much with Tarot to remember. Uh, Oracle card, as long as you know what's on the picture and the word, you can pretty much read it, you know. So, Commando uh, was a Schwarzenegger movie and had a little girl from Charmed and Who's the Boss. I kind of had a crush on her. We were both around the same age, or she might have been a little younger. Alyssa Milano. And he was like a commando, and his daughter got kidnapped, and he had to go rescue her, Schwarzenegger. And then I think he was in Dawn and Red Sonja, I believe. I'm not sure. If I'm wrong, comment, leave a message. And those were both military type movies. One was real crazy. I think that was Red Sonja with a killer in it. Red Sonja, Red Dawn. Jingle All the Way was one with where he was fighting over a Christmas toy that was real hot with Sinbad, I believe. I never did see that, but I'm going to mention it. Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, sweep under Dream Flame Celebrity Deathmatch Oracle cards. John Saxon drawing lesson. Second, Commando Red Sonja Red Dawn. Third, Eraser the 6-day Total Recall Running Man Jingle All the Way.
Okay. Eraser was where he was hired to like kind of take people and protect them and stuff. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Total Recall, of course, everybody knows what that is, where he goes and gets his mind kind of messed with and ends up not knowing whether he's a secret agent or not. Sharon Stone is in it. It was based off a short story, very good. The remake with Colin Farrell was okay. Running Man is another one. That was a great one, where they put all these people on the island and recorded them, and they had to survive. And they've done lots of different ones since then, like that movies. But Schwarzenegger was in, and I believe the guy who used to kiss people all the time on Family Feud, the host. He literally, if you go watch old episodes, this guy was known for that, and I think he got in trouble, so they got him off the show after a long time, years and years. But he was on there being like a host, kind of like the TV announcer, because people were watching this on TV. The Running Man. What else was there? Hey Google, what did I want you to remember?
Here's what you told me. First, sweep under Dream Flame Celebrity Deathmatch Oracle cards, John Saxon drawing lesson. Second, Commando Red Sonja Red Dawn. Third, Eraser the 6-day Total Recall Running Man jingle all the way.
Okay, the 6 day. That's one with basically going to be the end of the world, and Arnold stumbles across it, and it's got some kind of it has religions to it, and monsters, and very different. So these are Arnold's movies that people don't know about. And then of course you got the one twins with Danny DeVito, and I forget the one where Arnold got pregnant. He was a doctor and figured out a way to make men pregnant. That's an oddball one. Uh, so and then everybody knows about all his other big giant movies. But yeah, we're gonna be back here with Chris. No, we got Dan, and we got Chris coming up. Actually, we should have Chris coming up, and then some celebrity cameos coming up here around the holidays. And I wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Thanksgiving, wherever you're at, whatever time this is. I love y'all, and remember, be the light. Love is a choice. So is to hate. Love is a choice, and so is to hate. I don't want to leave out the end because this is a quote. We got a ringtone on YouTube. It's in there. Love is a choice, and so is to hate. So it's up to you. We're going here. As far as I know. Yeah, one day I was recording one, and I can't see because I'm blind. So me and Chris recorded a podcast, and then when I got done, I didn't know that the battery was already dead. So when I turned it on to record, it didn't even record. I was like, well, that's the luck of that's the God right there. I mean, I can't help that, right?
Yeah.
If the battery's dead, and I try to record, I can't see it. So, but we're here with Dan. What's up, Dan?
Nothing, man. Just chilling, watching All About the Benjamins with Ice Cube and Mike Epps.
Yeah, we were talking about. I love them movies.
Yeah.
I was just talking about Terry earlier. I was at the dispensary, and they were playing that song, "A Thousand Miles." And remember, Terry Crews was singing that "White Chicks." You ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
And I always remember that when I hear that song. That song, "I'll walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you." And Terry Crews, he's just fun. He was singing Tupac in that one movie. Remember, you ever seen that Friday After Next?
Yeah.
And he was dancing with a Tupac video and singing. I was like,
he was dancing to it. Yeah, he was.
I think he originally wanted to be a singer or entertainer. Then he was a football player because of his size, and now he's a host. He's been hosting America's Got Talent, and he's good at that,
Yeah.
And then,
speaking of how big he is, I'm about to start working out too.
Oh man,
back to lifting weights and doing push-ups.
He always does that titty thing. You ever see that?
Yeah.
Well, only certain. I mean, damn, how do you do? You got to be muscular to be able to do that. There's a couple wrestlers, and I don't know if Arnold can do that, but there's a few other people
Most people who work out can do that.
I've seen do that. Yeah, what about a woman? I wonder if any of them can do that.
I don't know.
That'd be weird. They lose their breasts. You ever notice that? How when the guys get big, their penis gets smaller, and then the women they lose their and then the women they lose their breasts when they get muscular, right? Like they come out there with like strings in the competition.
Yeah.
That's not healthy.
Your ass gets bigger and your ass gets smaller as you age.
Yeah. My ass just gets more pain. My God. I had 3 kidney stones. I didn't tell you that, did I?
No.
My God, I've been writing a damn checklist. Ever since I got out of the hospital and stuff, I've come back and I've been sick and I ain't been getting healthy yet, man. I had
I'm just a fool. A fool in love
three.
with
My
you.
computer's talking over there now. I had 3 kidney stones. I think at one time. I was so sick for about a month or 2 months here, and I didn't eat for like a week. And I felt like I was dead. Literally,
Yeah.
my wiener was hurting. I mean, like I got bladder infection because I had them when I was kids, and I never got that with kidney stones. But I was in so much pain after I peed.
Pop, Joey, or the Coca-Cola Classic.
Well, you know what? It was.
I'm just a fool.
I think I know
A
what
fool
it
in love
was.
with you.
I switched to eating the gummies instead of smoking all the time because my sister didn't want me doing that in the house, right?
Yeah.
And so that's sugar, right? And I mean, that's what
Forever
causes kidney
and
stones.
nevermore.
Yeah, I'm about to start to eat the CBD gummies for
I'm
anxiety.
just a fool.
So
A fool
I
in
was
love
eating too
with
much
you.
sugar, man, and that was killing me literally. But no, it was hurting so bad after I peed, like like it felt like somebody just took a razor right through my stuff. Like,
Oh,
oh,
I know what you mean.
you ever? And so, but I never had 3 or more at once, unless it was like all the same, just pieces of the same one. Usually, I get one kidney stone, man, and I don't know, my body, I barely survived that. But
Yeah.
then I lost a tooth, right? And then the last couple of
And
weeks,
nevermore.
I got a cut on my leg underneath right where I sit under my knee. You know where you bend your knee and I roll like on that. So now I can't heal it because I'm sitting all day on it. I got a Band-Aid and some Diosporin. But my God, like I can't sit. And then my heart and chest was bothering me like the last couple of weeks on my left side where the scoliosis was, but it went away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, every day I wake up and I can't get rid of the previous ailments and I got a new one.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm 45, about to be 46, and it's really starting to get. Once you hit 30, you know what I mean. You can't heal. You get sick. It takes a long time. You get a cut. It takes way longer. The food you eat, I can't eat sugar. Like I'll drink my pop, but that's the only. I won't eat sugary other stuff because I get enough sugar, and it actually makes me feel sick.
And nevermore.
If I drink a bunch of pop and eat candy and all kinds of stuff, it makes me like feel my stomach is sick and it don't taste good. I like
I'm
it.
just a fool.
So
A fool in love
I limit
with
to
you.
just a
You know what
pop.
he said, Joey,
You know
you know what Mike Epps said?
what?
He's allergic to the traditional system.
Oh yeah.
And that's funny.
In case y'all haven't tuned in before, I used to go by Joe, my middle name Joey, when we were young. Man, I was just thinking about that. How I met Danny when he was 8 years old. I've known him for so long. And the stuff that's going on, we can talk about that a tiny bit. I ain't gonna mention too much private.
Well, I was about 11 or 12 when I met you.
Yeah, you were a little bit older than him, and I was
I
like
come and stayed at your house.
15, 16, yeah.
You were sleeping in the bed, and I was sleeping on the floor.
On the floor.
You pissed on me.
Oh, is that what happened?
I went home, Joey.
Did I really pee on you?
Yeah.
By accident? I didn't do it on
Yes,
purpose.
you have to go. You have to go.
I probably had to
You're-
go, and
You
nobody,
can't get out of bed.
my mom wouldn't help me, yeah, so. Yeah, that's why, another reason why I got problems so many years later, dude. Think about holding your pee all the time and getting yelled at.
Yeah.
You know, same with pooping.
I felt something warm come on my leg, man.
Well,
I
you're
said,
lucky.
what is that?
You're lucky it was just pee.
I went home. I was staying the night.
Wait,
in the
well,
house.
hold
I was
on a
sleeping
minute.
on
You
fucking
just lucky it was
on a
just.
blanket.
Disabled.
You was lucky it was just pee. You was feeling something warm on your leg. Oh God! Of course, I didn't know.
You pissed on me, Joe.
I didn't know nothing about any of that other stuff back then, anyways.
Yeah, that's
You know what
messed
I mean?
up, Joe. You pissed on me.
You know where I learned about sex and stuff like that?
Describe the lyrics you want.
I said, I didn't know nothing about that other kind of stuff anyway, because I made a joke about something more being on your leg. But I didn't know.
Remember I used to walk around with a lawnmower and cut grass?
Yeah, well, you hustled to make money. But yeah, you
I
know
made
what?
$40 in a day.
I didn't. You know where I learned about sex and all that? From watching porno.
Yeah.
Explicit. So if your kid's in the room, go to the other thing right now. No, I ain't gonna say nothing dirty. But seriously, once I got the internet when I was like 19, 20, and the computers first started coming out, where you could get web TV and all that. You remember what that was? Remember that web TV was called?
No, I don't. I never got on the internet.
No, but it was called.
I've never been on the internet.
At first, it was called
I
web
Google
TV.
shit.
Yeah, you do good. So you didn't learn all that devil demon stuff. I wish I hadn't. But once you see something, you can't unsee, right?
Yeah.
And that's how the devil gets you.
I guess it's stuck like a photograph.
If you're curious enough to begin with, sometimes curiosity killed the cat. But that's the first thing I did was, hey, you're thinking, man, that one, go search. But you know what? Back then, literally, you could type into anything, and bad stuff would pop up. You know, it ain't like today where they got all that filters on there. If you mistakenly spelled something wrong and you left out one letter, you'd have some hooters on your screen.
Yeah, kids can
So,
be so easy.
but that's where I
Yeah.
learned how to watch that stuff and or how to what it was. And you know what? The only sex I talk I had in my life, literally, I talked about this on the podcast one time before. I think I was like, I don't know, I might have been 16, 17. I wasn't real old. But I was with my dad. Remember my dad? Yeah, he took us out in that truck all the time.
Yeah.
And when he was younger, he had a Suburban. That's like a longer vehicle. He put
Yeah, I
tools
know
in the
what it
back.
is.
You ever seen one? Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
my
cool.
brother had one.
And he had a tailgate on the back, so you could put the wheelchair up in there. But
Yeah.
one day he's sitting there. We're parked right at the mall or somewhere. He reaches in the back and he pulls out a condom. You know, and it's unopened. He opens it up and he just gives it to me, and then he just think that was it. And I'm just looking at it, and I'm thinking, what the hell? This kind of weird balloon with this. What's the tip of it? Like, what is this pointy? I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he grabbed it back and threw it in the back of the truck. He didn't say nothing to me. He's like, this is a condom. So
Yeah.
that was the only sex I talk I ever had with either parent. That was, I didn't know. I mean, I kind of knew what it was, when common sense when he gave it to me.
I remember that lady over there across from you on the curb on the. Well, anyway, she gave you Jack Daniels, and Joe, you're all fucked up. You're wrecking in the garbage cans.
the one lady that had the son, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of liked her.
There, I told your mom, I said, yeah, Joey's drunk right now. You were driving all into the walls and shit.
Oh, people used to love giving me alcohol. Danny did that too when his sister got married. He was living down here, man. We had some vodka orange juices together. And they used to fill that stuff. I'm telling you, all I tasted was
I remember.
vodka.
They picked you up and put you on the curb.
Yeah, I don't
You were
remember
driving
that
your
part.
wheelchair. Your mom
That's
was
wrong.
pissed.
Someone took me out of the wheelchair, right, and just set me on the
Yeah.
curb to mess with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just wanted to drive your wheelchair.
And they took the wheelchair.
And I was telling him, you can't just set him like that. If he falls, he can get hurt.
My mom used to do, you know what, in Logstown, I kid you not, my mom, when we used to go to the doctor or whatever, she used to park my wheelchair outside and just leave it
Finish
there.
loading.
Yeah.
And hope that somebody ain't going to just take the wheelchair. Look, thank God nobody just took the wheelchair, but it was just sitting in the front yard by the house.
Yeah.
$5,000 equipment, $7,000,
I
$8,000.
remember your mom took us up to McDonald's. You had a doctor's appointment up at Chippewa.
Oh, okay.
She took us up to McDonald's.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, hell yeah, I'm going to get something.
What happened?
I got a 20-piece nugget and
Oh.
and a small fry and a large drink.
Yeah, they changed their food, man. That was
I
really
ordered my stuff. She ordered her stuff for you and her.
Yeah.
And then I told her what I wanted, and she said separate order. I have to pay for mine, you know.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I'm lucky she paid for mine, shit.
Yeah.
Because she didn't do
How
too.
long have you been getting your check on your own since you were 18?
Yeah. But then most of the time she made me pay rent and
How's
stuff.
Scotty doing?
Scott died.
Oh, he died.
Yeah, and I didn't find out until after I lost my sight he had been gone.
Oh, wow.
Because I ran
miss
into
him?
his nephew Sam. I don't think you
You
ever met
miss
him.
him?
Huh?
Do you miss Scotty?
Yeah, you know what's weird? Think about this. Scott has come to me more times since he died, like visions and that, than my mom and dad. They've come through a few times, and I'm weird because we didn't really have that kind of relationship when he was live. You know what I mean? He abused me and beat me when I was younger. But
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, Scott. Oh yeah, my dad turned him in one time, and you know what children youth said? That ain't abuse.
Yeah.
They had a picture. They had a book with pictures that they wanted me to look at. There was a little bruise on my arm because he took the thing off of the blind.
7.
You know
Disabled.
the blinds, they used to have this long skinny thing that you turn to make them open and close.
Yeah.
And it's like a switch, right?
Yeah.
And Scott took it off the thing one time and switched me in the arm with it.
Oh,
And my dad called it. I mean, there's no reason to do that.
no.
Yeah, like my mom used to hit me and stuff when she was younger, or when I was younger, hit me in the face. My mom gave me a bloody lip and said my teeth shouldn't have gotten away. I mean, come on.
Lord.
You know how big she was, 400 pounds. There ain't no getting away. She used to chase me up Logstown. We lived in Logstown, right? And I would try to go up to the top of the hill as quick as I could. Man, that woman would drag me back to the top of the house with the power motor running on the wheelchair.
Wow.
in an abusive rage. She had this boo-boo she used to wear, like this big old dress, and it was all tore up on one side because it used to get caught in the gears on the wheelchair, and like it was ripping up, and she just wore it. But they used to make fun of her because she snored because she had the sleep
You got
apnea.
around, Joe. You got around good in that wheelchair. You
Oh
went
yeah,
to,
until I lost my sight, man.
to the mall. You were at the mall all the time.
My dad, yeah, all because of when I was young, my dad took me out and started that with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And he wouldn't have did that, I would have never went out on my own.
yeah.
Yeah, remember we got caught stealing? I told Danny about that. Hey, I'll admit it. You know,
Seven.
well, I did.
Disabled.
You didn't get caught with the baseball cards, right? But you took clothes and that. But I got caught taking basketball cards in my pants.
Where at? Hills.
No, Walmart.
Right with
Oh,
Sunil.
okay.
Button.
Remember how you used to take? You used to take them.
Did they give you a fine?
No, they just said I couldn't come back in until I turned 18 without an adult with me. I was like 16, 17, and I put like 10 packs of cards in my pants when my dad was with me. And I left
used to kill it.
I left the front area. You know how they had them in the front area, and you had to kind of pay for them, like.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I used to kill it. I ain't trying to brag about my
you
past
used to
days,
take.
but
Yeah, that's where I got the idea.
Yeah, I used
Devil.
I used to take Flair all the
Yeah,
time.
that's what I mean. I had the money to pay for them. I had $70 on me. I could have bought them, but they said no. We're taking them for
My grandma would say,
evidence.
you want to go to Hills, Dan? I would say, yeah, I'll go to Hills.
Disabled.
Hills too.
And,
Right with
Yeah,
Sunil.
because they had them on.
Button.
Well, I didn't take from there. I just did
yeah, I'm in the
Walmart.
back of the store, in the middle of the store.
Yeah, nobody was
Okay.
around. Yeah,
Yeah,
But
but
they
I
got
don't
me.
know no more.
my dad didn't say nothing to me either. They called him to the back with me, and he didn't have to say nothing. It was embarrassing that I even did that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Because it was my dad. Like, I don't need to get. That's just. I had the money, but I was like, why the hell should I pay for this shit if I can take it?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
greed and that's sin. So I learned too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't do that no more after I got caught because I was scared as shit. I said, well, I could go. I mean, I probably wouldn't have went to jail, but I was thinking, man, I could go to jail or get in huge trouble just for this.
Yeah.
People don't care though. It's like adrenaline. When they do things like that, man, you're like, okay, man, I didn't get caught. I'm gonna do it. You really get like some kind of. It's like like a dare thing, right? And
Yeah.
that's a sin, man. I don't do none of that no more. I don't want to.
I don't either.
I don't want no adrenaline from sinning off with stuff. I want the good high. Guess what? I'm almost done with the 17th time through the Bible now.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, I got like an hour left, and I'll be 18 times started through the audio Bible.
Jeez.
The last 2 months I finished the Bible 1
Now,
month.
let me ask you something. What did you benefit from it, Joey? What did you learn?
Well,
or
you
benefit
asked me
from
that before, so I don't want to get the same answer, but I will answer which is my favorite. I like the Old more than the New Testament. Because the New
Old
Testament
Testament.
kind of just reruns over, like they literally tell you the same stories, right?
The
Over and
New
over.
Testament?
So I like the Old Testament better. But you know what? I like Samson. Samson.
Yeah.
I like what are they called? The Palestinian. What's the people called? I forget.
Palestinians.
No, there's another name. Because she kept saying they're amongst you, Samson. And then he would wake up and break the ropes. And then she asked him like 7 times. He kept saying, she's like, how could I make you weak?
Button. Right with Sunil.
Delilah,
Button.
right? Was that her name?
Yeah.
Delilah? They made that song, I think, about her.
Okay.
I don't know. Hey there, Delilah. I don't think that's about that. That's Samson. But Cain and Abel, I like that. I like Samson. What about Goliath? Is it Goliath?
Goliath and,
Yeah, David and Goliath is in the Bible too, ain't they?
Button.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because the one dude was real big and had that giant blade that he killed people with. Yeah, I like all the stories, but my favorite one is the
Button.
whale
Right with Sunil. Button.
when he swallowed Jonah. Right? Is it Jonah?
Jonah, yeah.
And then I like
In the
Job.
belly of the whale for what, 3 days?
Yeah, it's just different.
Yeah, and you like,
And I like Jesus walking on the water and they thought he was a ghost.
yeah.
Because there were ghosts at that
Hey,
time,
what
see?
about this? I like this.
Button.
There were ghosts, though. Think about it. They mentioned ghosts in the Bible. So even back then, they didn't know what a ghost
If I
was.
could just touch the hem of his robe, I will be healed.
Yeah, the lady came up and got him, and then
Button.
I like who bequeathed me, and then I like the words smoke people, slew.
Yeah, what about,
You know, he was slew. What about tearing the foreskins off and throwing them at people?
Disabled.
There's some gross stuff in the Bible.
What about,
Cutting a baby in half and eating it. Huh?
Job,
with
Job.
Yeah. Job is a man that lost everything, and then God gave him back way more.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he said he was like me.
After that, but he had the best life he could ever imagine.
Yeah. And then...
See, I've been going through some things too, like for
Yeah.
the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But like God's like...
You're doing so good though, man. You're like stable as I ever... Like, I mean, I'm right now anyway.
Yeah,
You know?
well, like...
Good God.
God's like prepared me for a journey that I went on that I thought I was lost. And
your whole life.
God wasn't with me.
Your whole life was a journey, dude.
Yeah, yeah. And
you've been getting ready for it.
So I'm starting to learn, like...
Yes, there you go.
Things aren't as bad as you think they are.
Oh, no, there's always... Why does it have to be bad at all? It's the way you look at it.
Yeah, you're right, you're right.
Because you don't know what's in the works, the whole plan. You only know, well, you think this is bad for me. What about everybody else?
Yeah, yeah.
So you just want to pray for the best for everyone. Not just you. That's selfish. That's why I've learned how to talk and pray differently. Because I don't want to be selfish.
I told you this, Joey.
What?
Button.
Don't say nothing that I told you this. Watch that Danny don't steal no money off you.
Oh, I know. Hey, we're talking. Okay. We're on the podcast though, so if he listens.
All right. I'm sorry.
But you know what? I understand. I said to money. I don't do money. Money makes me uncomfortable. Period.
Yeah.
You know, if you're hungry, I'll buy you a sub.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't like doing cash. And yeah, you know what he did? Did I ever tell you about? He did steal off of me one time. A long time ago, he did. And he brought it up the other day when he was in there. He was crying. He was all upset. You can't be doing that, though. He was drinking, man. He started crying. He's like, I felt so bad about it. A long time ago, and I don't have nothing to hide. He don't have nothing to hide either. I had $300 in my drawer in here. This is 20 years ago. I mean, when he was way younger. And I had a dog. I was going to buy a $400 dog, a Maltese puppy, purebred. That was cheap for them. They're like $1,000. But I found one online, right? So I told Danny, I said, there's $300 here. I'm saving for this dog, and you're the only one that knows where it is. I put it in the drawer, right? A couple days later, I kid you not, dude comes in there with brand new Nikes on, fucking got an outfit.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think, you know what I'm saying?
Do you still have that Siberian Husky down there?
Yeah, we got the dog that talks, yeah. But check this out. Yeah, well, he barks, and all that, like Scooby-Doo. But get this, yeah, he came in here. Huh?
Does it come in your room and see you?
No, I don't want to let it in here because it gets excited, yeah. But when I go out there, it comes up real calm. It don't jump on me or bark at me. It knows, it smells me real close, and then it backs up. You know what? I talk to the dog on a mental level. See, people don't understand that babies and animals are different. You can talk to the dog. You don't have to speak, you know. Just use your energy. If you're calm, the dog will be calm. And they can sense that. So I go out there and kind of in my mind, I'll just like sit down, be good, and the dog don't bother me. Same with babies. They can't talk yet, but they just came from God, so they're closer to God.
Yeah.
That's the way I believe. They're angels, right? They're not dirty yet. They just got here. They don't have these feelings, that, you know what I mean? But let me tell you about him. Yeah, he came back here wearing the stuff that he stole. And then a couple of days later, his birthday was coming up. So he was like, well, my mom gave me early birthday money, you know. But then I went to get the money, and I said, you know what, that son of a gun. He took off. He was down at his house, and the police went down there, and he took off in the car with someone. But they set him up on the payment thing. And then the only reason he paid me back is because he wanted to play hockey. Because it took about a year or two. We didn't talk or anything. He didn't even make a dang on, not even $10.
You know, one time, Joey, I don't know if you remember this. I forgive you. But I come down to your house. Same house you're living in now.
Yeah.
I come in your room and your door is locked.
Yeah.
And I was like, Joey, what's the matter? Can I come in? You said I stole some video games off you.
Well, I found out who did that. It was Corey.
I believe it.
It was Danny. Yeah, Danny and Corey. And Corey didn't even have PlayStation. That's the thing. He just did it to steal.
Yeah.
Because he would like that. You know what I mean? Corey's in jail, though, and his mom got murdered or something, right? There's a whole bunch. Jesus. That's what I mean. You're doing good, man. And how many medications you were on? Like 11? Or is that how many you're still on?
A lot, yeah, a lot.
But you know what? You're keeping down something. You got something you're doing, right? Epic every day. Or every couple of days you got a program you go to that keeps your mind on something good. Your mom. Let's talk about her. My God. So your mom almost died years ago when you were young. Jesus. She saw Jesus. Now, all these years later, she gets cancer.
Yeah.
Stage what?
Stage 3 lung cancer.
Okay, I don't know
She
what's.
just got a tumor taken out of her stomach.
My God, so she went through all the stuff, the therapy, chemo, and all that, and got better, and then she had to have a tumor taken out.
Yeah.
My God, the fight that this woman. That's what I mean. And you got people complaining because they got a little this and that.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, I got 10 things going on at one time right now, but I'm not complaining at all because I'm happy to God. Every day's a miracle. God woke me up.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though the worst, I lost my sight a couple years ago. My God, I can barely feed my.
That has to be hard on you,
I
man.
can barely feed myself, anymore. My hands are getting worse too, my arms, everything, because my disease that I have dried up. It's an Arnold mutant disease. It dried up the cartilage. It started when I was young, so that means all my joints are like rocks. There's nothing in there, no water, no lubrication, to bend, and then eventually those rocks kind of grow together, and then they don't move at all, and so they hurt. I don't know if you have any arthritis in any of your joints, like a knee or something, you bend it and it cracks and creaks. Yeah, my whole body's like that, every joint.
Button. Disabled.
The only thing I ain't got arthritis in is the one thing that does get stiff on its own. Oh, that's a loud one.
That's a good thing.
I'm serious. I got one normal body part, pretty much.
Yeah.
This is going to be an X-rated. No, not really, but I'm going to have to think of a funny title for this one. But no, seriously, I'm 4 foot, not even 4.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
I ain't grew since I was like 10 years old, literally.
Loveliness.
Yeah.
0%
I got a picture of me when I was younger in here. Next time you come, you gotta
Hey,
come.
man, you gotta look at it like this. You're still here.
But I'm here. That's what I mean. I didn't realize that until after I lost my sight, and I talked to God. We had some words a few
What the Bible
times.
was helping you with is,
I did what's called a life review, and usually that don't happen until you die. But when I lost my sight and I hit the lowest I literally did that, where you lay there and you replay everything back in your mind like a video, good and bad. And I did that, and then that's when I realized, like you said, you know what? I looked at that all that way. If you go through life being poo-poo and all this, that sucks, and this is going to happen to me, guess what? That's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
How many times?
If I smoke a cigarette and then we get off here?
Yeah. How many times do you?
I had a real crazy day.
Oh yeah, that'd be too. I went out and I had to wait on my check to come and
yeah.
my
I'll light the cigarette up, and then whenever I'm done smoking, we'll get off here. I'm
we
gonna
got-
take a nap for about.
we got Thanksgiving coming up next week as we record this, and then we got Christmas.
Is your sister having a good dinner down there?
No, guess what she told me a couple days ago?
Surprise me.
She's thinking about going over to Brandon's house because he don't want to bring the kids over, and I'm just going to be here alone. Like, wow.
Oh.
And I said, well, you can make me something here. And then she said, well, how about we'll bring you leftovers? Yeah, but that means I want to eat dinner at dinner time.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're going to eat and come right back home. You know what I'm saying? They will eat and stay there.
Take you?
They could take me in the other wheelchair, probably, but it wouldn't be the wheel. They had to put me in the fold-up wheelchair, not the power one.
Yeah, I know, but why can't
And I don't, dude. There might be 5 or 6 kids running around over there screaming. Literally, I would. And I don't know. They might have bugs. I don't want that either. They're not very clean.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to get no bugs and bring them back here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We definitely don't want that.
I'm going to my brother's house on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have her make sandwiches for
I've
me.
been talking to my daughter a lot.
Yeah, that's what we need to see. So,
yesterday.
yeah, her birthday was 19. Yeah, yesterday I got a LinkedIn message about an email.
Her birthday. She turned 19.
And it had the name Madison, from a lady. And then, like I said, that's your daughter's name. And I've always liked that name. It's so cool that's her name. And I mean, that means something. But I don't believe in coincidence, accidents, or mistakes. But remember one time I told you, you're not into this stuff as deep as I am. But I have a spirit guide, which is basically somebody who helps you from the other side, okay?
Yeah.
And I was told by one of the psychics that she was my wife in a past life, and that she was my daughter in another past life. And I'm like, what the heck? Is that even possible?
Yeah.
That's kind of a little odd there, because that's like, I don't know how to think of that. But that she's given up coming back. She's given up reincarnating so she could stay on the other side and help me as like a guide. So that made me a little sad, because I was like, really? I mean, but I guess I would do it. Would you do that? If you went to the other side, Would you give up coming back in other bodies to help someone that really, like, that you really cared about?
Yes, yeah,
That's love and devotion.
yeah,
But I just wish I knew if that was a real person. You know what I mean? If she ever was a real person, or what
yeah,
she looked like, or what her last name was. The way I got her first name, which this is weird, but like I said, I used to have one of them ghost hunt meters in my apartment because my apartment was haunted, and I knew something was up, and I just didn't know, right?
yeah,
But I got the meter out, and I was like, okay, I want to know what your name is. So I was like, when I get to the right letter, I'm gonna start with the alphabet, A, B, go all the way. When I get to the first letter, you blink the meter, right? So I got M, then I got A, because I wouldn't go through
yeah,
the. Then I got D, and that's when I started guessing the MAD. Okay, what M? And that's when I got to I said Madison, and then they start going crazy. So
yeah,
that was when I lived in Ambridge, and
yeah,
I just been calling whatever it is, whoever it is that name Madison. I don't know,
yeah,
but it'd be neat to find maybe that it was a real person. You know what I mean? I don't know.
yeah.
I
Well, Doug,
believe
I'm gonna get
you
up
know.
off here, man. Can you call me another time?
Yeah. Well, your daughter's good. So what is she in college or anything?
No, she's working.
She just graduated though, right?
Yeah,
And she's good. Y'all were good because you for a while y'all were estranged because of your ex, right? That was the whole situation, pretty much.
yeah, 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 yeah,
It's one of them we get married or get divorced, and then the
yeah.
one parent kind of don't want the other parent involved. Yeah,
Yeah, you can call me anytime you want. If I can't talk at the time, I'll just tell
that
you.
happens so
And you
bad.
can
But
call me back
pray
another
for
time.
Dan. Yeah, pray for Danny
Feel free to
because
call me anytime you want to.
he needs.
Like I said, if I'm doing something or what, you know what I mean, I'll
Yeah, oh, I
let you
do.
know.
You say, would you? Oh, yeah. What? I left you that message before about what's his name? Josh, Pastor Josh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If he
I
talks to
try.
that, tell him if he ever talks. Do you still go there on Saturday or no to that
Yeah,
church?
yeah. I've been going there for a long
Okay.
time on Saturdays.
Yeah, Merchant. What is it? We got a shout out to the people on the internet. Merchant on Chapel
The chapel on Merchant Street.
in Ambridge, Pennsylvania, 15003.
Yeah,
Okay, 7 o'clock on Saturdays. It's one of the odd time, but you can't really find churches, so that's why when I was going, it was a good. If you want to go on a Saturday,
Has
he's
finished
open.
meeting.
yeah,
But tell him if he ever talks to that scary, the guy that used to own Scary Earthworm down the road there.
yeah, yeah,
I don't know if he still has all that old. Remember, he had all his old stuff just sitting in there, rotten. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
if he ever
yeah,
had, I would like some. I mean, there was like baseball, like that kind of stuff, like unopened packs of stuff in there, jewelry
yeah,
making stuff, like you can make jewelry. If you ever talk to
yeah,
him, and that guy just has that stuff in there, and he don't want. I mean, I would love to have some of that. I could do something with it.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know
I'll
what I mean?
tell him.
Yeah, old jewelry making stuff. He had collectibles, like all that stuff was just going and rotting and getting dusty and no good in there. And he just
Yeah,
closed down the whole store.
yeah,
So, yeah, if he ever talks to that guy, ask him if he talks to that guy and he has any old stuff that they're going to consider junk. I can do something. Even if I give it up, I'll clean it up and give it away.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't like to see stuff go to waste or just people would be like, that's garbage. It's just sitting there. Somebody would like a pack of cards. They'd be happy with it, right?
yeah,
Some new kid, right?
yeah,
So, all right, man. We'll be the light, right?
yeah.
And love is the choice and so is the hate. Let me get the recorder off here before I say bye to you on the phone here.